The man was astonished to discover that beneath his toilet lay a colossal black hole that transcended time and space. As the black hole grew in size, the man risked his life and leaped into its depths. After experiencing the absolute darkness of the universe, the man was stunned by the sight of a place from which even light could not escape. Black holes are the most extreme physical phenomena in the universe and a one-way door. Soon, the man was pulled in by the immense gravitational force of the black hole, completely falling into the most terrifying abyss in the universe, never to escape again. Initially, the man thought the inside of the black hole would be an endless void of darkness, but instead, he saw countless light-speed particles that could not escape. Their presence illuminated the surrounding empty space-time. Due to being inside the black hole, all the laws of physics defined by humans became invalid. Light, which was intangible in reality, became a physical entity that the man could easily grasp in his hands. Immediately after, a wave of fantastical visual pulses hit, and the light beams carried the man into a bizarre space. When he incredibly opened his eyes, a colossal cube appeared beneath him. These cubes were composed of four-dimensional spatial structures, but possessed the time dimension of five-dimensional space-time. Just like the male protagonist in Interstellar, the past, present, and future became visualized forms. Faced with these four-dimensional spatial structures, the man was not surprised. Finding this hypercube was the very reason he came to the black hole. He never imagined it truly existed. At this moment, he was eager to cross the timeline and communicate information with the past. The man wanted to inform his family that the Earth would face an unprecedented catastrophe in the future, so they could find ways to survive the calamity and ultimately reunite with him. The man found the timeline of Earth in 2099, before the disaster struck, and planned to leave a message there to inform his family of the exact time the calamity would occur. At the same time, he also hoped to rescue himself from the hypercube and bring himself to the timeline where his family was. And so, as the family prepared to welcome the New Year's countdown of 2099, the man used gravity to manipulate the timeline on the television screen, creating a series of Morse code signals. He hoped to convey crucial information and his coordinates to his family through this method. The perceptive boy quickly noticed the abnormality in the clock on the television and began recording and deciphering the Morse code on paper. He realized that this unusual signal must have come from his missing father. His father was trying to convey some critical information to them. Meanwhile, the man in the hypercube was still desperately manipulating the hidden lines. Because the hypercube had a time limit, his children had to decipher his message as soon as possible. However, the surrounding space-time was collapsing at an accelerated rate, and despair began to grow in the man's heart. Just as the cube was about to close, the unexpected happened. In the next second, the man actually fell onto the Earth and returned to his long-lost home. The children had successfully deciphered the Morse code, and the man was overjoyed. But as he approached the house, ready to reunite with his family, the scene inside stunned him. A man with the same appearance as him had suddenly appeared. At that moment, the man realized in horror that he had created another terrifying thing in the universe, a time paradox. Two identical individuals absolutely could not exist in the same space-time, or the entire world would crumble. For the sake of the world, the man made a difficult decision. He had no choice but to step into the black hole again and vanish into the ethereal alternate space.